Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having fantastic days. So when I do a initial thoughts or review on a prop firm, I like to keep an eye on them, see how they're going to develop over a period of time. So today I thought I'd take a quick look back at Blue Guardian Capital, who I did an initial thought review back in December 2021. So we're now 4 months down the line. It's always nice to check in, see if the things they said they were going to do at the time, they've actually managed to do, and what progress they've made in the prop space. So when they first started, everyone came out and said, okay, these guys are too young, it's a bit of a scam. As always, that's the default position for any new prop firm coming out. But over time, they've managed to develop the processes, the things behind the scenes, and things are actually looking quite positive. So how do I gauge their progress? So first thing I'm going to do, are they still engaging on social media? Now, Instagram, they don't do massive amounts. Generally, they just sort of do the big launches or the big updates, as well as some promotional things. But obviously on their Telegram chat group, their support and actually the announcements are pretty good, and the community is actually growing. People are now posting also a lot of their profit splits. So profit splits is a big one. Everyone's keen to see, are they going to pay out? Are they actually going to honour all of the commitments they've made from the start? And yes, there are lots of proof now coming through, seeing payments anything between $5,000. I think the biggest one I've seen is over $20,000 for somebody on 1 month. So all these things are pretty positive, but again, what development are they doing? When they first launched it, they've got a dashboard coming, and we've seen a lot of prop firms, when they've announced a dashboard, they've just taken a standard template from everybody else, just rehashed it and reused it. And the guys at Blue Guardian have now launched a dashboard. It's very similar in the fact that it's got the same sort of number of tiles and layout, but I do think that it could be improved upon, especially if it's developed in-house. They could do a lot of significant improvements to make it a lot better and informative for the actual trader. So let's take a quick look at the dashboard and see what's coming out from them. So first off, we notice it's just tile based. We can see the objectives, the account equity, time since first trade, statistics, rules and targets, and a win rate. Now, some of these are quite useful and some of them are actually not that useful. For me, I'd like to see the ability to either customize these as a trader or have more interaction with them behind the scenes. So for example, time since first trade, I think is almost irrelevant. It'd be better if you actually had there how many trading days left until your actual expired, or days traded from the start. Actually having a countdown clock is really quite insignificant. I don't really care if it's been 2 days, 52 minutes, because obviously ultimately it's counting weekends time as well. The same thing for win rate percentage, 100% of naught. It's only been one trade for me, so again, it's not that representative overall. You could put these statistics, win rates, over to the statistics tile and make it a bit cleaner there as well. The account equity tab, you can actually break that down and have balance and equity and also overall profit made. But also that overlaps the objectives as well, obviously where you've got profit, your daily loss, and your active days trading. Active days is obviously quite key because you need to do 5 days from the actual process to get funded. But what I think they could actually make some significant improvements here, and hopefully they're watching, they might take some of these on board, is you could actually potentially have these customizable. You could actually have, for example, if you want to have like an RSS feed or news feeds in one of the tiles, you could actually have that one displayed as opposed to having your win-loss displayed. For me, that's not a relevant tile. You could have other more dynamic features into there. You could have what is the most actively traded pairs, or some of the more information that they can take from behind the scenes and give to the traders. We're seeing a lot of prop firms actually publish that. We know MyForex Funds publish every Tuesday what is the most profitable and the actual most worst pair to trade on, what people are losing the most on. You could have that information. You could have alerts, for example, what big news events are coming up. We know that when we trade high risk news events like non-farm payroll, it would be nice to have sort of a countdown timer to that, to actually see where potentially we could get some big impact on the news. But as we're allowed to trade news, it's not that much of an issue, unlike FTMO, where it's nice to have that countdown to actually see when the big event's going to happen and not have any active trades. But again, it would just be nice to have a bit more dynamic content onto the tiles and make it a place you actually want to go on a daily basis, rather than just going there and saying, okay, how are my stats looking? Am I actually on track to pass? It just makes it more engaging for the trader, and therefore more likely to come back and use that as a useful tool, as a one-stop shop for all of our sort of news and trading information. But again, these are minor things. It's nice that they've actually gone forward and actually created a dashboard. Some prop firms have been going a lot longer and they've not been able to do dashboards, and the ones that have got them now took a significant amount of time and almost just took an off-the-shelf alternative. So it's nice to see that they're making progress in the last 4 months. Who knows what the next 4 months could bring? They could actually start to redevelop and get some traction and a lot more people actually using the platform and getting funded with them. But as always, it's nice to see progress of prop firms, and they have not gone bust. They've not proved to be a scam. They've not taken everyone's money and done a runner, which is definitely encouraging. And I hope these guys continue to make improvements and really start to shake things up over the next 4 months and maybe over the next year. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll catch you again soon. Cheers.